This is not Miami Beach, nor is it Apalachicola.
But for many, this is old Florida done just
right.
Welcome to Anna Maria Island. Want some sweet potato fries? Pretty good.
In an effort to avoid the high-rises and corporatized beaches like the Gold Coast, many seek more undeveloped areas. The problem is, if there are no people, you are also not going to have many services like waterfront restaurants, boat tours, or rentals that can increase the enjoyment of your getaway. Anna Maria Island, while it has become more popular, has still maintained that old Florida feel. The whole shoreline is a walkable public beach. Yes, there are more people than there used to be, but that also means more delicious food with a view, more things to do. For you see, local businesses need tourists and snowbirds to provide the money that in turn supports them so that they can provide the services for you. Anna Maria has a perfect balance of service-oriented businesses and secluded nature.
Oh, wow.
In this video, we'll show many of the things to do. Vacation rentals, tips on how to deal with the traffic, several great places to eat.
Any seafood that you guys get from here, it's called the morning up on these boats.
We'll take you to the more secluded areas around the island, like Bean Point on the north end. We'll rent a kayak to explore the Bradenton Preserve. Go bicycling through the Perico Preserve. And walk the boardwalk through Lefferts Key Preserve. Take you on a fun boat tour to see all the nature from the water. Also show all the other boat tours, from a riverboat to tiki boats to pontoon tours. We'll ride a swimming horse through Palma Sola Bay. Parasail over both the City Pier and the Rod and Reel Pier. Explore the lively Bridge Street and the Bradenton Beach Pier. Take you inside a museum and an old jail on Pine Street, as well as Bean Point. We'll show all the other public beaches around the island, including Bayfront Park, Manatee Beach, and ending at where I think are possibly the best beaches in the USA, Cortez and Coquina Beach.
Runway 27 left, cleared for takeoff.
So saddle up as we explore the colorful waters, beautiful beaches of old Florida done just right. Anna Maria Island, still 7 miles of paradise. We start our tour at Bradenton, crossing the Manatee River. Bradenton often gets overlooked, located between the more glamorous cities of Tampa and Sarasota, the city you go through to get to Anna Maria Island. But it has some worthy things to check out, like a good planetarium and science museum, a nice long river walk, and the popular Pier 22 restaurant at the Twin Dolphin Marina. The Manatee River ends near Anna Maria Island. At some point, we'll have to do a video of Bradenton, but for now, we pass through downtown, heading east on Highway 64. Anna Maria Island is 8 miles from downtown. However, after about 4 miles, you start to arrive into some of the best nature areas of the region. Located at the point where the Manatee River feeds into the southern part of Tampa Bay is the Bradenton Preserve. Anna Maria Island, way off in the distance there. At this entrance here is a 120-year-old Valentine House, the Information Center. Kayak Jack's Paddle Sports provides guided tours or rentals here, as well as 3 other areas around Anna Maria Island. Rates are from $30 to $50 for 4 hours. They also have daily and weekly rentals. This 600-acre preserve has plenty of wildlife, birds, manatees, dolphins. There's a dog-friendly 3-mile hiking and biking trail, waterways through mangrove forests with long boardwalks that lead to the secluded beaches on the colorful bay. There's a 53-foot observation tower you can climb up for a great view. To the right is the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, and to the left is Anna Maria Island. Just south of the Bradenton Preserve is Palma Sola Bay, where Manatee Avenue travels across the Palma Sola Causeway. a beach and water recreation area. It is here on the right side of the causeway. You'll find horse trailers like CPonies, where you can ride into the bay on a horse. It is $155 for a 90-minute ride or $170 for a sunset ride. Not only do you get a great ride, but your money goes to a good cause with CPonies, as most of their horses are rescues. I'm riding Milana, who was purchased from Tennessee. Her owners didn't want her because she wouldn't allow them to bridle her. But CPonies, through time, trained her to be tame and easygoing. She has a thing for Grouper. Grouper came here from North Carolina. He used to be aggressive. His owners had him scheduled to be slaughtered for meat. But CPonies brought him to the Gulf, and the waters changed him. Many of the horses, like Gypsy, Skittles, and Snooky, have similar stories. You ride them while they are actually swimming. The grunting sound you hear is them feeling pleasure, as their backs are stimulated. I'm riding here with Lauren and Kaylin from Apollo Beach. Across the causeway from the horse rides are some jet ski rentals. There's 3 different companies you can choose from, moving further along the causeway. Once you cross the little bridge over the bay is Palma Sola Causeway Park. On the north side of the causeway, there are some sheltered picnic areas, restrooms, and a fishing pier. On the south side of the road is the Jungle Float, a mobile water park that you can rent for $400 for 90 minutes for up to 30 people. At the west end of the causeway, on the left, a boat ramp with trailer parking. And across the street is the Native Rental Surfer Bus for paddleboard rentals. Another half mile down the road is the Perico Bayou. This is part of the Bradenton Preserve. There's a parking area and kayak launch on the left. This is a good place to park if you want to bike through the preserve. From the parking lot, you can take a path that leads under the bridge. This is part of the Robinson Trail I mentioned earlier. It crosses the Perico Bayou, over boardwalk bridges, through coastal wetlands and mangroves. It is a combination of paved trails with some hard sand sections. The total length of the trail is 7.5 miles. It's 2.5 miles to the observation tower that I showed earlier. Another half mile on the right is the Perico Preserve, not as large as the Robinson Preserve. And another half mile after that, near the Anna Maria Bridge, is the Compass Hotel, where you'll find a classic Florida fish house, the Florida Woodfire Bar and Grill. The Sure Thing Tiki boat pulling up. We'll show you that later in our video. Now to the island. The Anna Maria Bridge separates the south end of Tampa Bay with Anna Maria Sound. This is one of 2 bridges that connect Anna Maria Island with the mainland. This bridge takes you to Holmes Beach, which is where the grocery store and biggest shopping center is at, where we will pick up our scooter. Holmes Beach is not an actual beach, but the name of a municipality. It is where Manatee Beach is at. On the Anna Maria side of this bridge is the Kingfish boat ramp. It is here you can board the Island Time boat tour, which offers a private 2-hour eco tour for $325, or a 3-hour excursion with snorkeling and paddleboards for $425. At the light, we turn right on East Bay Drive, and you see the Publix grocery store on the right and a large shopping center. This is a good place to stock up on all your supplies. It is here we find AMI Beach Fun Rentals. There are other places on the island to rent golf carts, bicycles, e-bikes, and scooters. The reason why I like AMI Beach Fun Rentals is there is plenty of parking to park your car. The other rental places, there was no parking. Also, this is a veteran-owned business.
We'd love you to stop in and check out our rentals here. We have golf carts and scooters. We have e-bikes, kayaks, paddleboards, and of course, the biggest thing on the island is to ride a bicycle. Come in and see how much fun the island could be. Hope to see you soon.
Before we start our tour, let's talk about traffic. The areas that can get bad are Golf Drive, within a mile from the 2 causeways to the mainland, during about 3 hours before sunset to sunset. It can take 30 minutes just to go the 1.5 miles heading south on Golf Drive, from the Longboat Bridge to the Cortez Causeway. This is where a scooter comes in handy. because most of that stretch, with a scooter, you can travel through the parking lots. The other bad area is Gulf Drive, north of the Manatee Avenue Causeway, heading south. Funny thing is, once the sun sets, it gets better. Most seem to try to leave before the sunset. So I would recommend stay, watch the sunset, then leave the island. Traffic should be better. The other way to deal with the traffic is to take the trolley, which is absolutely free. It runs from the Anna Maria Pier on the north side of the island to Coquina Beach on the south side, with stops about every 2 to 4 blocks. Alright, we begin our tour making a left back on Manatee Avenue, which becomes Gulf Drive at Manatee Beach. This is a great beach that we will check out on our way back down the island. A mile up Gulf Drive from Manatee Beach on the bay side of the island is Keys Marina and Waterline Resort Villas with 1 and 2 bedroom suites, not pet friendly though. There's a 50-slip marina here where you'll find Anna Maria Dolphin tours. You can park in the dirt lot behind Waterline Villas for the marina activities. We are going on the other side of the marina where Funboat Dolphin Tours is at. If you remember, we took the Funboat tour in our Siesta Key video, and ironically ended up with the same narrator, Captain Jack, who is great. They have a 2-hour donut, coffee, and dolphin tour in the morning, which is what we did in Siesta Key. That is $50 for adults, $30 for children 1 through 10. This time doing their sunset tour, which is $60 for adults and $35 for children, about 30 minutes longer. Both their afternoon drinks and dolphin tour and sunset tours include complimentary beer, wine, and water. I think you see more dolphins on the morning and afternoon cruises, but see more other wildlife like birds during the sunset cruise.
Yeah, at a high tide, this is all nothing but mangroves, water all through there.
Oh, wow.
We did see a manatee on this cruise, or as one passenger put it, a very large floating potato. Funboats do allow a service dog, just make a note in your booking. This cruise sails down Anna Maria Sound to Cortez, Florida. We'll show the scenes of Cortez later in the video, as Captain Jax gives us some great tips for waterside dining. This tour also shows a little of Longboat Key. This is a house that Garth Brooks is building. Oh, and of course, the cruise includes a gorgeous Gulf Coast sunset near the Longboat Pass, depending on the weather. Across the street from Keys Marina is one of the more popular restaurants of Holmes Beach, the pet-friendly Ugly Grouper, with live music every day, serving local seafood burgers and signature cocktails. Now it's time for some parasailing. There are 3 companies you can go parasailing with. I chose Anna Maria Island Parasail. Their address is listed at the Keys Marina, but you board a half mile to the north, at the 63rd Street Holmes Beach boat ramp. There's plenty of parking a block away at the Holmes Beach tennis courts. You can parasail on either the Gulf side or the bay side. I'm doing the bay side. The Gulf side gives you the beaches and warmer waters, but there are also plenty of colorful waters on the bay side too. It is $95, and an observer can ride in the boat for $70. It is 90 minutes on the boat, with 12 minutes of flight time. I'm flying with Corey from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Anna Maria Island is amazing. Yeah. It's one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, I'd say.
Here, flying over the Anna Maria City Pier and the Rod and Reel Pier. We'll show both these piers from the ground in a bit.
Requesting permission to land.
Well, we are on our final approach.
30 seconds until touchdown. Landing gear now down and locked, pulling the drag chute.
Clear to land, runway 27 right.
Main gear touchdown. Nose gear touchdown.
We continue north on Gulf Drive, now in the town of Anna Maria. On the right is the dog-friendly Harry's Grill with burgers, live music, and patio seating. Turning right on Pine Avenue, a major road that goes from the Gulf side to the bay side of the island, with vacation rentals and mom-and-pop shops. It is here you find the Old City Jail, one of the most photographed attractions on the island. It was built in 1927, operated till the 1940s, when a fire destroyed it. On the side of the jail is the Bellhaven Cottage. It was built on the city pier, fell into the bay in 1926. Became a home for 50 years and moved to this historical park in 2001. Also here is the Historical Museum, which is free, open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., January to March, and 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. the rest of the year. Back on Pine Avenue, on the right, Beach Bum Rentals, where you can rent unique scooters. Pine Avenue is only 6/10 of a mile from Anna Maria Beach on the Gulf side to the city pier on the bay side. At the corner of Pine Avenue and North Bay Boulevard, across from the pier, there's a good coffee shop, Cool Beans AMI. Let's walk out on the city pier that we just parasailed over. The original city pier was built to receive steamboats crossing Tampa Bay in the early 1900s. The pier sustained heavy damage during Hurricane Irma in 2017 and was reconstructed. It is great for fishing. You'll find redfish, snooks, Spanish mackerel, pompano, sharks, and more. Opening soon, might already be open by the time you are watching this video, is the Moat Marine Aquarium Science and Education Center at the end of the pier, next to the City Pier Grill and Bait Shop. This is where you can get good quality food pretty quick. I'm having tacos del mar with blackened mahi, chipotle marinated shrimp, roasted corn salsa with cheese, and a lime wedge. Pretty good. Also near the pier is the Waterside Restaurant with global seafood dishes, a beer and wine bar, dine in a covered outdoor patio. Moving north from the pier, after you go over a little canal, is Bayfront Park and Beach. This is a beautiful park with a large grassy area. There's plenty of shade with lots of trees, covered picnic tables, and a gorgeous view overlooking the pier, the bay, and you can even see the Sunshine Skyway Bridge in the distance. The skyline of St. Petersburg. There's usually a lot of birds flying around here because of the piers. You can rent kayaks and paddleboards at Lazy Turtle Beach Rentals, a quarter of a mile away on Pine Avenue. We continue further north along North Bay Boulevard to another pier. Just a little over a half a mile from the city pier is the Rod and Reel Pier. It's a smaller parking lot here. As the name suggests, it is great for fishing. There's a restaurant on the pier with indoor seating with a view of the bay and an elevated outdoor deck with a view of the pier. Known for good oyster po' boys, fresh grouper, and mahi. Now we move to the far northern tip of the island, Bean Point. While this is a public beach and there's a public walkway to the beach, there's no facilities nor public parking at this point. So to get to it, you have to walk a little ways. If you can get a parking spot at the Rod and Reel Pier, it's a half a mile, but from Bayfront Park, it's a mile. There's a couple of jetties you might have to climb over, so you probably don't want to be barefooted, but it is worth the walk. Because there is no parking lot for this beach means there's not many people here. Far more birds than people. Bean Point was named after the founder of Anna Maria Island, Emerson Bean, when he chose this area as his home in 1892. The sunsets are awesome here because of the angle of the shoreline. Completely undeveloped in this area. Now we begin moving south down the Gulf side, showing you the 7 miles of shoreline all the way down to Longboat Pass. A mile from Bean Point is one of the most popular restaurants of Anna Maria, the Sandbar, where you can dine right on the beach while enjoying a Gulf Coast sunset. They also do weddings next door, having filmed a few of them myself. We now leave Anna Maria city limits, entering back into Holmes Beach, where one of the island's most popular beaches is at. Located at the end of Manatee Avenue Causeway is Manatee Beach, open from sunrise to 10 p.m. Parking is free with 120 spaces, but during busy season, parking can be a challenge here, so you'll want to come early. Just a note though, while in general Anna Maria Island is dog friendly, they are not allowed on the actual beaches. However, I didn't have any issues at the concessions, and I see why it is so popular. One of the big advantages of this beach is a large concession area. I'd say the best of all of AMI's beaches. Lots of food options with a nice counter-serve eatery. Seating on a patio overlooking the beach, and there's also a tiki bar where you can order food as well. I'm having a tuna wrap, and the sweet potato fries were really exceptional. A nice picnic area with plenty of shade. You know, I think this is one reason why the Anna Maria beaches are so great. There's plenty of trees near the beach. Also, across the street, a great little rustic roadside cafe, Skinny's Place. You order at the counter, and then they'll bring you your food. Alex here, very nice, bringing me a dog bowl for Bella. They are known for their handcrafted burgers. I'm having a veggie burger. It hit the spot. Now, back on the road. This area has a lot of vacation rentals. South of Manatee Beach is still a public beach. There's beach access points along the way, but no real public parking. As a result, the beach is not very crowded here. One of the many lodging options is this little quaint vacation rental by Mike Norman Realty on 30th Street and Avenue E. There's also the Beach Club at Anna Maria, which you can book on Verbal or aparadiserentals.com. An advantage to this area is it is easy walking distance from the big shopping center. We now enter Bradenton Beach city limits as Golf Drive gets closer to the Gulf. On the left, one of two Circle K's on Bradenton Beach. On the right, Anna Maria Island Inn, a 2-star motel. All of these are locally owned, no big chain hotels on the island. The Coquina Beach Club on the right. And one of my favorites, on the left, the pet-friendly Queen's Gate Resort with convenient parking right next to the room, with great reviews. And just before the Cortez Causeway on the right, the Golf Drive Cafe, a long mainstay of Anna Maria Island, with a paved patio overlooking the beach and the Gulf. We'll continue up the island in a bit, but for now, we head over the Cortez Causeway. On the right is the Bradenton Beach Marina, as well as offering boat and jet ski rentals. There's a couple of boat tours here. You can take a 90-minute tour on the Anna Maria Princess. Sunset cruises, including live music, is $40 for adults, $30 for kids under 10, plus sales tax. They also have a comedy cruise that is $5 more on Friday evenings and some Saturdays. Hamburgers and hot dogs are available on board. You can also ride the Anna Maria Express or Explorer for a 90-minute morning, afternoon, or sunset cruise. $43 for adults, $33 for kids 10 and under. They also have a shelling and snorkeling cruise to Egmont Key. And there's also Island Pearl Excursions, with cruises from 90 minutes to 4 hours. Also can go to Egmont Key. On the other side of the bridge is Cortez, Florida, where some of the best seafood waterside restaurants are at. First, there's the dog-friendly Tide Tables, a casual eatery overlooking the Intracoastal Waterway, with a marina and tiki bar. This couple from Louisville, Kentucky, regular visitors of the island.
It's still very private, not as private as it was many, many years ago, but it's still very beautiful and it's still private compared to a lot of other commercial beaches.
You like it too?
I'm having their blackened mahi fish tacos and key lime pie.
This is Florida, key lime pie on the Intracoastal Waterway.
Now let's jump back on that fun boat tour. This is truly a remnant of old Florida, the oldest fishing village in the state.
1880, and they started this fishing community that is very well alive and thriving today.
There's the Starfish Company restaurant. Fish you eat is caught that day. They don't take credit cards though, it's cash only, but they do have an ATM on site. Here you can take a boat tour with Captain Kathe and her first mate Pup Pup. She is a 4th generation native of Cortez. Offers a 2-hour dog-friendly tour, $40 per person, and you can bring food and drinks on board. Pup Pup hears the drone but doesn't see it. Moving down the waterway, there's also the Swordfish Grill. Again, extremely fresh seafood. They are better suited for larger groups. Next to the Swordfish Grill is Cortez Coastal Cruises, with tours from 2.5 hours to 6 hours, from $50 to $90 per person. The pontoon has a bathroom, shower, and tables. There's also low-tide tiki tours we featured in our Sarasota video. As we head back over the Cortez Causeway, on the right is a Seafood Shack Marina Bar and Grill with a deck overlooking the Intracoastal. Now back down Gulf Drive, passing by the beach house on the right, another restaurant on the Gulf side. You can see the traffic backing up on the northbound side for those leaving the island. Just 0.2 of a mile from Cortez Causeway is Bridge Street. This is, I'd say, Anna Maria Island's main entertainment district for shopping, dining, and live music. There's not much parking here, so it's good to be on a moped or park at Cortez Beach and either walk or take the trolley if you can't find a spot here. At the corner of Gulf Drive and Bridge Street is Island Time Bar and Grill, an open-air bar with a small patio on the outside. I'm picking up some coconut shrimp. Above it is the Bridge Street Bistro, with an elevated deck overlooking the Gulf. Further down Bridge Street is the Daiquiri Deck with seafood, live music, an open lake hangout with a scenic rooftop deck. Next to Daiquiri Deck is Fishhole Adventure Golf, a nautical-themed mini-golf. It's $9.50 per person to play. You can get a $1 off coupon on their website. Further down Bridge Street, a fudge factory. Try some Brazilian fusion food, unique pizzas, and mojitos on the elevated deck of Bamboo Island, a gourmet food and lounge bar. Further down, on the left here, Bernie and Linda from Ontario, Canada, chilling with some friends at the lively Sports Lounge Tiki Bar. On the right, the Bridge Tender Inn Sports Bar and Grill with bingo, also where Green Bay Packer fans and Tampa Bay Lightning fans gather. Across the street, a tiki bar and boat docks on the Intracoastal Waterway. All right, let's go back to the pier. You see why it's great to be on a scooter? As I'm pulling up, ran into some of our subscribers from Ohio.
Love it.
Oh, yes.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I guess you saw our previous video of Anna Maria.
Right.
How
And joined Anna Marie Island Life page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Found out all the good places to go.
The clock tower on the boardwalk recently overhauled with a new bell system. On the pier is Bradenton Beach Parasailing, Fish AMI Fishing Charters, and the Anna Maria Oyster Bar, a nautical-themed eatery with seating right on the water. While Emerson Bean founded the island, it was really Bridge Street that provided the beginning of Anna Maria being a popular getaway. For this pier was the original Cortez Bridge. It was the only way for automobile traffic to enter the island when it opened in 1922. In the 1950s, the new bridge would replace the old wooden bridge, and this became a pier. Today, it is great for fishing or sightseeing, with a large deck with a fishing hole, picnic tables, and benches on the end. Also on the pier is Paradise Boat Tours. A 90-minute narrated eco tour is $35 for adults and $25 for children 3 to 12. There are Sure Thing Tiki Cruises. A private 2.5-hour cruise is $348 for up to 6 people, or for 7 to 23 people, it is $58 per person. All right, let's go back out to Gulf Drive and continue our final leg down the island. Bridge Street separates Gulf Drive South with Gulf Drive North. Just south of Bridge Street, there's the Bird's Nest Vacation Apartments with a nice balcony overlooking the Gulf. You can find on Priceline or Booking.com.
There is a bamboo bungalow deep in the jungle, don't you know, where all the people can go to the sweet sound of calypso.
We now enter Cortez Beach. You can easily recognize Cortez Beach by the 3 concrete piers it has jetting out into the Gulf, the only Gulf side piers on the island. There's parking along the beach, but because Gulf Drive South runs close to the shoreline here, there's not as much parking as Coquina Beach further down the road. It is convenient parking though, as you are just a few steps from the beach over scenic boardwalk crossovers. Cortez and Coquina Beach are right next to each other, and it's all parking from 5th Street South, which is just 3 blocks from Bridge Street, and the parking continues for 1.5 miles all the way to Longboat Pass. We are going to jump on a bike now and show you the multi-use paved trail that goes the whole length of these two beaches. It also starts at 5th Street South.
Come follow me and you will see a tin cabin in the wood. It's a getaway where lovers play like only lovers could.
We'll show you more of this path in a bit, but let's go over to the bay side. Right on the border of Cortez and Coquina Beach is the Coquina Moorings apartment, which you can book on Expedia or islandvacationproperties.com. This is the southernmost building for lodging on the island. South of Coquina Moorings is all boat ramps, parking, and preserve. First is the Coquina North Boat Ramp, which was the newer of the two boat ramps. The South Coquina boat ramp, just a half mile down, was recently renovated and now has ADA compliant walkway access, so I guess might be considered the newer boat ramp now. But both these boat ramps are in excellent condition. There's ice vending machines and fish cutting boards here. Between the two boat ramps is Lefus Key, where the Coquina Nature Baywalk is at. It is less than a mile, but Lefus Key is 30 acres of restored habitat. Now back on the beach side, we enter Coquina Beach.
Now leave your woe and the world you know behind you at the door. Step inside to take a ride like you've never rode before.
While Cortez Beach has restrooms, lifeguards, picnic tables, and showers, Coquina Beach has more of all that. Plus changing cabanas in the park areas, lots of barbecue grills, sand volleyball courts, and a large concession area with a cafe, gift shop, and games.
There is a bamboo bungalow deep in the jungle, don't you know, where all the people can let go to the sweet sound of calypso, calypso.
Nearing the south end of Coquina Beach is an area for RV parking. Again, plenty of shaded picnic areas. Even a large grassy area. More picnic tables, changing cabanas. And the very south of the island is one of my favorite beach areas, overlooking Longboat Pass. Excellent for watching all the boats coming in and out of the bay.
Join the fun with everyone, you'll never be alone. There is a bamboo bungalow deep in the jungle, don't you know, where all the people can let go to the sweet sound of calypso.
Also here is the old railroad-style jetty. It was built in the 1950s and slated to be refurbished this year. It will be extended to its original length of 30 feet. At the Longboat Pass is a good sandbar, where on weekends the boats love to pull up and hang out. Across the Longboat Pass is Longboat Key that we showed in our Sarasota video. While this is next to Anna Maria Island, it's a whole different style of beach, where Anna Maria is very open to the public, lots of parking along the beach. Longboat Key is more private resorts and golf courses. However, there are a couple of restaurants you might like just over the bridge. There's the Shore Restaurant on the bay side, more of a formal dining experience. And next to it, the more casual Mar Vista Dockside Pub, with dining right on the water.
If you go to Mar Vista, get the tater tots. Really good. They're filled with all this cheese and all amazing.
So, the next time you are in traffic on Anna Maria Island, look at the positive. That traffic means the money is flowing into the island, which means business is thriving, like restaurants, boat tours, and rentals, which means more options for exploring this 7 miles of paradise. For more of Anna Maria Island, we will do a non-narrated long version of Anna Maria Island, part of our Florida Dream series, that should be this week. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the island, things to do, places to stay. During some of these shots, you see me wearing this Kajiki shirt. That is by Aloha Earth Apparel. You can find on Amazon. I'll put a link below. They are giving me tips on a future Hawaii trip. They're a good company that do a lot for dogs. And speaking of dogs, I use this Kurgo dog backpack. They are the best, most durable and comfortable. Allows me to carry Bella just about anywhere. I'll put a link for both of these below. We are Tampa Aerial Media. We film travel promos across the USA. If you want stock footage from this video, or if you would like to hire us to film your city, region, or resort, contact us at info@tampaaerialmedia.com. Coming up next, still looking at weather, but I believe we will be heading to Florida's East Coast and filming Highway A1A all the way from Amelia Island to Miami Beach. From Anna Maria Island in Florida's Gulf Coast, I wish blessings to you wherever you may be. Thank you for watching.